The confidence is growing.
With bloody up the top G like this. Big uppercut. What does Andrew Tate have left?
And he's down. See what the referee will decide.
Decision. And still, the Misfits Boxing Heavyweight Champion of the World.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, wadau, hey, rada, mko fiti, mko freshi, mko sambamba, hey, maze, cheki. The only intro that suits this video is saying something like, finally, Andrew Tate's bullshit got exposed. Andrew Tate got his ass whooped. Andrew Tate got his ass handed to him. Andrew Tate got humiliated. Andrew Tate got beat to a brink of death. That is exactly what happened. If you didn't see that, go back and watch that fight with a keen eye. While Andrew Tate's face was getting smashed by some American reality TV personality, one of his biggest rivals, Jake Paul, just proved to the entire world that he is a genius when it comes to monetizing attention. But today, I don't really want us to talk a lot about Jake Paul. Of course, we're going to have that conversation, but Andrew Tate is the key subject here because honestly, I was stunned by the underwhelming performance of Andrew Tate. Turns out, I was not the only one. Even Eric, Farid, and Sajid couldn't believe what they saw either. Therefore, they had to discuss that shit.
Sorry to move on to another topic, but did you guys watch the fights this past week?
I watched the highlights.
There were two fights. There was Jake Paul and
I'm so happy that guy had his fucking jaw broken, dude.
Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, of course I watched it.
We were up watching it, yeah.
I feel like I'm shocked that you're happy. It means you don't know Jake Paul's story. Because I feel like there's a section of the internet, again, this is my opinion, that doesn't seem to understand just what Jake Paul has done.
Correct.
Especially as the antagonist.
Preach.
As the
Preach.
proverbial antagonist. This guy was a kid from Ohio, growing up in the shadow of Logan Paul. Logan Paul becomes this phenom, kind of also starts his thing, but of course always in the shadow. And at some point, you can see his maturity index overtaking his brother because he's more real with himself. He's doing the work. And then he starts boxing and people are trying to say, oh, these fights are rigged. You cannot rig boxing in that manner, the way people are trying to say, like, at your fall. And, no. What he did was, he was selecting maybe his opponents specifically, but to step in the ring with AJ.
Hey, jeez.
That
balls.
takes balls. And then also, people are not realizing, AJ was the B-side. Now, let's start there. Who's the gangster there? Jake Paul it's co-promoted by MVP, Most Valuable Promotions, which is owned by him and his some guy he works with, and Netflix.
Correct.
AJ was coming as a paid talent. It's very different what they're doing, man. Like, Jake Paul is in a whole other atmosphere, and it's self-made, self-created.
Can I add on to that? I mean, that's what I hate about people is they take things for face value.
Yeah.
If you fucking look at what he's done to the sport of boxing, who has fucking created more hype in the past 2 years than this kid? Do you guys know any boxing fights that have happened?
Before Jake
Paul and Anthony Joshua. Ask any random fucking
he
kid.
brought the casual viewer into the
forum. What Conor McGregor did for MMA,
Yeah.
Jake Paul fucking did. And he's making a bag fucking doing it. So,
Let me just add something on that, Udao. You have to understand that AJ and Jake are playing two different games. AJ is playing the boxing, hyping the fans, showcasing the skill. The boxing fans are there. They want to see this guy, knocking out Jake Paul. But Jake Paul is playing a different game. He's playing the attention game. Like, the only thing Jake Paul really needs is his name to be mentioned in the same sentence with AJ. And once he got into that ring, it doesn't matter whether he wins or loses. Jake Paul had already won because he monetized the attention. Dude, I used to be like those people who get so mad when Jake Paul is calling these world-class, accomplished excellent boxers out for a contest. I used to be that way, especially when he called out Mike Tyson. I was like, no, man, you can't do that. You can't call out Mike Tyson. He's the greatest. But after the fight happened, and then I went to look at the analytics and the stats. Bro, the numbers were fucking crazy. And that is when I understood the game is not in the damn ring. It is the numbers. Do you know how many people streamed that fight on Netflix? It was 103. It was 108. 108 million people streamed that fight. And I was like, what the fuck? And even this one, Jake na AJ, after the match was over, I went to look at the numbers. The numbers were crazy. It was 33 million people. 33 million people streamed that fight at some point in that match until it was over. And do you know how many impressions like Netflix got globally on their socials? It was over 1.25 billion impressions. But now, people are playing a different game here. So, when you're talking about, oh, this guy got knocked down, bro, these guys are bagging a lot of money. Jake Paul was paid kitu kama 40 to 50 million US dollars. That is just, personal earnings, like earnings from the match. Even AJ was paid that much. But now there is mambo ya royalties, not royalties. There are these things with brand deals, merchandise. And then you have to keep in mind that the company that was promoting this fight was affiliated with Jake Paul. So Jake Paul is like, that guy is playing a totally different game. Whether you're thinking Jake Paul got knocked down or got knocked out, but Jake Paul is thinking, how much money did I make?
So the guy is saying, oh, you shouldn't be doing in boxing. He put everyone on his fucking screen. Him and I were awake at 4 5, had to go through that women's fucking fight, which didn't end for 10 fucking rounds. Put up with that shit. The fuck? I'm on leave. Give me my fucking time back.
It was my bro's wedding, bro. That morning.
Guy. Brother's wedding in the fucking morning. Had to put up with that shit. Fuck me.
You don't like women's boxing?
No.
Sucks, bro.
It sucks.
It sucks.
To get through that shit. But he made a whole generation of, from 40s to 30s, 20s, everyone was fucking awake at that time to watch him.
Old people, there were those, the people who really love the sport of boxing, the people who just like Jake Paul, the people who hate Jake Paul and they want to see his ass knocked out, the people who like that, just like the spectacle and stuff. Like, all those people are now paying attention to boxing. That is a lot of money. Right now, if you got attention, right now, if people are watching you, you got all the money. Like, you can make all the money you want on this planet.
No one has done that for boxing. So from a business perspective, from a kid, you guys, he's won.
And I love what Sajid said about face value. And I feel like the internet is created. I saw a lot of my colleagues posting the cliche, oh, Joshua the Black Adonis knocks out this white boy who has a big mouth. Like, and I'm like, that's the narrative. I'm like, that means you don't know Jack. If that's what you think this was, that means you don't know anything about it.
Guys, the difference between AJ and Jake Paul, in my opinion, the likes of AJ have to win the fight. They must win the fight. They have to win the fight decisively. All Jake has to do is participate. Just by participating, Jake Paul wins. Jake Paul is such a brilliant guy. He has positioned himself in a way that whether he wins like traditionally or loses, he wins anyway.
Because he's not a boxer.
He's not a boxer, one. And it's lucrative to be the antagonist.
Correct.
People used to pay to see Mayweather knocked out, but he won 50-0.
And the thing with Jake Paul, he knows that, he understands it, and he rides that wave. He knows that people don't like him. He knows that people don't like him calling out these revered figures in boxing, like these guys who are bigger than life. He knows He knows that he should not be walking into those rooms. But he walks into those rooms anyway. And he records it. And he says, you know what? Fuck you, fuck this, fuck the system. I'm here. Like, bro, Jake Paul is a fucking brilliant guy. He knows that people want someone to hate. And he presents himself as that person. Like, hate me. I'm gonna make so much money from this shit.
So in his promotion, he'll be there with money, girls. People are feeling jealous. Like, fuck this guy. Who the fuck does he think he is?
That's what it is. It's
Yeah.
jealousy.
Yeah, it's a jealousy thing.
It's jealousy. So, and he's capitalized on jealousy to
I
the
mean, Anthony Joshua, I mean, he played with him, right? Like, it
Of
was
course. You see, the thing is, your AJ,
And AJ respects Jake in a crazy way. Crazy way. If you saw the promotions, how he was carrying himself, you're like, man, like me, I'm a real boxer, but what this kid has done, and then now he's giving me a bag.
let me tell you this.
million or something
If you look at the weight difference, there's a 40-pound weight difference, right? Get 40 pounds of chicken, put that on a table. You see how much that is? Chicken breasts.
We kind of ate that last week.
And then that thing is thrown at you at the fucking speed
Hey, but that hit
of a
was
punch.
serious, man.
So the fact that this kid was able to
Both
take
sides.
a punch, both sides, he broke
I mean,
his
his whole
jaw.
head went like,
Yeah, put that on the screen, man.
I mean, but if you ever get punched by a heavyweight like AJ, and AJ, let's be honest, he's a fucking beast of a man.
I think the
Like, AJ is you on Ozempic.
He's an Adonis.
No, but people will say, "Oh, I'd get in the ring for 92 million." Like those days of like, would you get in the ring with Mike Tyson for $10 million? Fuck no.
No.
No, you end up in a fucking wheelchair, dude. Is it worth it? Really? Yeah.
What's up, guy?
Yeah.
You know, here's the thing.
Is it worth it? No.
Here's the thing. You can
One
get it.
hit.
You can get it. Yeah. You just tell him, look, you get in, you start playing with him. He gives you one punch. Just pretend you're knocked out.
But that one punch.
No
Do you
homo.
remember Tyson's uppercut?
Yeah.
No,
If he catches you clean, honestly, you're in a wheelchair.
no homo. My cheeks were clenched watching that fight because
AJ and Joshua.
the whole narrative was, I'll get him in the first 2 rounds. So when he started surviving rounds, I was like, yes. Were you watching the clock?
But I think,
I was watching the clock. Like,
can I be honest with you?
I just wanted him to keep surviving another round and another round.
I mean, he got to 6 rounds.
6 rounds out of 8.
So there's
Then he
also,
got tired.
I think there was also, because Joshua woke up in the 5th and 6th round. And if you look at Joshua's body language, whenever Jake was basically going in and clench and sort of going in for, what do you call it?
Huddle.
Yeah. Joshua was smiling and laughing. He's like, yeah, I've got him. Let me just play with him a bit
That's
more.
what he did.
And he even says it. He says, let me break his spirit. I think Joshua would have fucked him up if he wanted
What did
to.
he say? He said, "I can see when your soul leaves your body."
Yeah, and the thing is, sports betting has become very lucrative. So 100%, I think, maybe even AJ puts his bag on Jake Paul lasting till the 5th round. And so what he would do is through a shell company that's owned by a friend of a friend of a friend, puts $1 million on Jake Paul surviving till the 5th round, and maybe the odds are not there. So he will play it out till the 5th round,
Plus,
6th
half that
round.
fucking money. In,
But in my own opinion, I think that was now the part that was scripted. Like Netflix just said, you know what, guys, entertain the audience. The audience is here to watch Jake Paul struggle in the damn ring. Give them that. Let them cheer. Let them get entertained. I think it was a sparring session for both Jake and AJ until things got serious, maybe in the 5th round, and then he got knocked out in the 6th round. But still, it was an amazing performance. It was an amazing performance. It was an amazing show. The thing that most people do not understand is that AJ was the one who was providing the skill. The people came to watch him, but Jake Paul just came to provide the spectacle. And people love spectacle nowadays. Like, there's no doubt about that, okay? And the other thing that people have to understand is that Jake Paul is this kid who has grown up with social media. Like, this guy has been famous since I knew the internet. This guy with his brother, so they understand modern fame more than these traditional boxers. That is why Jake Paul gets so much hype. That is why Jake Paul attracts so many eyeballs to this sport, Maze, because he understands modern fame more than any fucking person in this industry.
in that.
And then you sort it out. So he gets a $50 million bag, and then from betting, he gets another $20-30 million.
This is the last time I'll diss, because I respect and love you, but it's the last time I'll diss your Lord and Savior, Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate was a
Fuck this shit, man.
Okay, so
Andrew Tate. They finally got to him. They finally got to Andrew Tate. Let's listen.
I only saw him on his fucking knees at one point.
Okay, can I defend him before you hate on him? Can I defend him before you hate on him? Okay, so here's the thing. His performance surprised me.
It was gay.
Shit.
It was gay.
It was fucking shit. As a world champion kickboxer, this seemed like it was a Pangani MMA association. Yeah, like what the fuck? Andrew Tate was because
I don't even want to put that in the same conversation as a joke.
Yeah, hear me out because it wasn't technical at all.
Bro, that is true. That close was not technical at all. Andrew Tate started losing the fight in the second round. Like, he started being backed to the fucking corner in the second round. He was getting beat like nobody's beat. I was like, wait a minute. Is this the same Andrew Tate? Like, bro, I've seen you spar. I've seen you punch the fucking punching bag. I've seen you kick. Bro, like, I trust in you. I was like, no, man. But it is what it is. He lost.
Jake pushing and pressuring. Pass right to the body, but Tate's in the corner. Big shots from the champion. Tate covering up. This is Chase DeMoore's opportunity.
Nothing really landing clean, Ben.
Cobra.
And here Tate's got to watch out for the right hand is the main shot he's got to watch out for. But you see Tate trying to wrestle and chase is really making it difficult for him, and they're pushing him off.
DeMoore. Nice connection inside. Chase DeMoore. Ending the fourth with some fury.
Like I've seen better boxers at Westland's MMA gym.
Next gen.
Or Babadogo multi fitness. Like
Martial arts.
It surprised me. I was
What
like,
was the fucking purpose of that fight? And what was it? Was it boxing?
So
was it fucking MMA? What was it?
He's on the promotion. He's trying to do similar stuff to what Jake Paul is doing. So Dubai-based MMA promotion, and now he's bought it. But the fight itself surprised me.
Yeah, that shit was stunning. It was stunning in a bad way. Like, no, bro. Andrew Tate afai kupigwa hivyo. Huyu msee anapigwa kama mtoi. Like, we imagine sasa Andrew Tate apate msee kama Majembe. Yes, najua, but Majembe anaweza piga Andrew Tate. Majembe anaweza akapiga Andrew Tate. Like, for real, maze.
And I was like, okay, even though he's 40, I look at Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul at 50, and Mike Tyson still had 60, still had some of the moves, the shoulder, he was rolling, he was ducking.
Yes, Andrew Tate was also ducking, but just in a different way. Take a look at this.
Goes for the right. Tate somehow still here. Another shot from DeMoore.
And if Tate had his hands up,
Do you see that ducking? Like, William say, what the fuck is wrong with him? Tate is like, how do you duck like this? I thought you're supposed to duck like this, eh? You got your stance up, and then you got your footwork, and then you're coordinating and stuff. So you're like this, you're like this, you're getting out of harm's way, stuff like that. But Andrew Tate is this thing. Just embarrassing.
That surprised me. But what I'll tell Andrew Tate is he got his ass kicked, like his face was beaten up, but he stayed there. I mean, he stayed. He didn't tap out. He went in.
Did you have a hard on when you were watching it?
No, man, it killed my boner.
Come on.
Listen,
Okay.
Safe space.
Listen.
But it means Jake, the time Jake,
It's not a safe space.
the time Jake and Andrew were touted to fight, it means Jake would have owned.
Jake would have fucked him up. But you know, Andrew Tate tweeted. Andrew Tate tweeted when someone asked him, "Would you fight Jake Paul right now?" He's like, "Fighting's a young man's game." But
Jake angepiga huyu msee vibaya sana. Jake is not a joke. Hata Logan Paul. Hata Logan Paul angepatiwa tu angepiga Tate vibaya sana wallahi. Yes, I do understand, like, Tate is a kickboxer and maybe skill and stuff. Chase DeMoore, he has some small experience, a little bit of experience when it comes to pure boxing. But you have to understand the background of Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate was a kickboxer. So the rules are different and the skill is also different, stuff like that. But that should not be the excuse. Still, it is Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is supposed to be invisible. This is the one guy the Matrix can't get. Guys, munajua hivyo? This is the one guy that is fighting the Matrix. So he's not supposed to be beat by some fucking reality TV, whatever, man. This was embarrassing for Tate.
What I didn't like is he posted a video, and this is a tip for anyone. Whenever you're being attacked by social media, shut the fuck up. Don't post a rebuttal, don't say
What
anything.
did he post?
He posted,
he's trying to look like strong.
and then
I thought he was gonna, you know what I thought he was gonna end it with? Because I was watching in anticipation for there has to be like something funny at the end. It was gonna be like, yeah, but I made like 300 million or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was a man defeated, bro.
And
Trying to stay.
What did he post?
You know, like
an emotional response of what he did.
Yeah, and
He didn't do
you know the way, like, let's say I'm not feeling pain when you're a kid. I didn't feel pain. That's what it came across, but now in many words.
You know, it's I don't know.
Captures it, right?
You know, it's like when you commit the crime, just shut the fuck up. If something fucked up happens, let the storm just mull over. Yeah. So I think what Andrew Tate should have done is shut the fuck up. And he should have done the comic stuff he does. Yeah, I got my ass whooped, but guess what? I'm rich, 300 million. I can buy your bitch.
But that is not what Andrew Tate did. Andrew Tate is just as vocal as always. Dude is still yapping on the internet. Na saizi ukiangalia kenye Andrew Tate anasema kwa internet, it's just diabolical stuff. Like, bro, what the fuck are you saying? Like, dude, unajua hiyo incident ya Trump went and invaded Venezuela. He went over there, destabilized the entire country, and now he's trying to colonize Venezuela. And besides Venezuela, Trump has got his eyes on Greenland. Just imagine Tate has balls to speak about that. Listen to what he had to say.
Fuck Venezuela. Take all their shit. I'm against these long, prolonged boots on the ground, let's launder trillions, thousands of death, bullshit wars, Afghanistan garbage. I'm against that. But I am for efficient imperialism. Send the Blackhawks, kidnap one guy, in and out, 45 minutes, get...
Yeah. So that is Tate. Still vocal as ever. Yapping. Mdomo kubwa, big mouth, small hands. Yeah? So that is Tate. He's still yapping and stuff. So I guess he didn't learn the lesson. Maybe he's just one of those guys who never shut the fuck up, no matter what happens.
Yeah, but I
think it will humble him in any way?
I've been seeing him going through if you're keen and you know how to read people a bit, he's going through something existential.
Yeah, because he thought he was the man.
Yeah, and I think he started getting high on his own Kool-Aid. I think before it started as a machismo thing for dollar. But now at some point you've made all the dollar, and I think now you know, at the end of the day when you're brushing your teeth, we all know our insecurities, man, to ourselves. So I think he's facing himself in a profound way, and maybe he doesn't like what he sees. And people who are keen or have the maturity can sniff that out. But may I always say to the young guys watching, don't have a prophet, Andrew Tate-esque kind of prophet who you follow. Pick things that are useful, but don't
be obsessed with them. What the fuck?
Yeah, bro, I agree with that 100%. You know, when Andrew Tate became famous and he was trending all over the place, Twitter or TikTok or YouTube, everywhere, I used to follow that guy. I was a big fan, a huge fan. I remember I almost got into a fight with one of my friends. It was a long time ago, and I was defending Andrew Tate with everything. I think that guy was saying something bad about Andrew Tate. It was, you know, discrediting Andrew Tate, that Andrew Tate is a bad person, how he made his money, and I was like, fuck no! You can't say that, bro! We're gonna have a problem. He's a smart guy. But when these accusations started, you know, surfacing, and people were accusing Andrew Tate of human trafficking on a serious way, you know, exploitation, sexual exploitation, and people were platforming him regardless, I started asking myself different questions, When the likes of Patrick Bet-David were platforming him, and then he went to Tucker Carlson, and then he went on Candace Owens' show, I was like, what the fuck, man? So when he went to Candace Owens' show, that is when I was like, man, I gotta get the fuck out of here. There is something about this guy that doesn't seem right, and people don't see it. So I stopped listening to Andrew Tate. But I was not like, oh, fuck Andrew Tate, stuff. But when he got arrested and then he was saying, oh, the Matrix this, the Matrix that, oh, my suspicion of Andrew Tate grew. But now, ikafika time, he started promoting gambling companies. He's in Dubai pretending to be a Muslim, but still, this guy is endorsing gambling and he's promoting these gambling companies. I was like, fuck this guy. This guy doesn't even believe in his own message. This guy is out here to make as much money as possible. So I was like, no, man, I don't want to listen to this guy. And now, seeing Andrew Tate's ass kicked in public, seeing him getting humiliated, I was like, yes, now people can finally see that Andrew Tate is not the guy they thought he is.
What are you guys doing, man?
Meanwhile, Sajid's watching the fight.
You guys, Romeo saw that fight. I was like this the whole time.
But he has the lead win.
What do you mean?
The guild of not winning.
But you see, what do you mean the guild of not?
Like, he wants, with his life, he's used to winning. Most.
Yeah.
No, but if you look at, have you seen past highlights of his kickboxing?
It's not bad. It's
a bit different.
When you're fucking kicking a bag, dude.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, that's then the question is, if you put an MMA fighter against a boxer in boxing, who really wins?
I want you to pay attention to what Sajid is saying here, because Sajid is raising a very important issue that most people don't understand. I have an opinion. My, perspective is not 100% true, is not the absolute truth, but I think Sajid is wrong to some extent when he's talking about this particular issue. Ebu, listen, just pay attention.
And so far, I don't think there's any fucking MMA guy who's ever gone the distance with a boxer, from Conor McGregor to, what's the guy Jake Paul kicked his ass?
Anderson Silva.
Anderson Silva, he kicked his ass. Anderson Silva actually.
Dylan White.
There was
Dylan Dennis.
Dylan Dennis is also
the black guy or the white guy?
There was Tyron Woodley.
Tyron
Woodley as well. He was an MMA fucking beast, bro. Another Adonis. And he got his ass handed to him. So I don't think it translates. So maybe boxing skills is just a specific set of skills that's just so specific. If you do it exceptionally well. MMA, you can maybe survive.
I don't really agree with that, I don't really agree with that, because there are people like Francis Ngannou who have a background in MMA. They stepped in the ring, and if tukiangalia tu vizuri, when he fought Tyson Fury, I think Francis Ngannou won that fight. And it is an opinion many people hold. Francis Ngannou won that fight. So, for Sajid to say that boxing is such a technical skill and is so special to an extent that it can only be mastered by a few people who really dedicate their time, their attention, and their energy to it, is not really true. And okay, it's kind of true, considering the fact that in a controlled environment, let's say the ring, if you introduce an MMA fighter in the ring, of course, the boxer has the upper hand. But if you introduce a boxer in an octagon, oh my God, that boxer will get his ass kicked. There is no way a boxer can win in an octagon. But now you have to consider, in an uncontrolled environment, let's say in the street, and you're being attacked, and you have the options of choosing between a boxer and an MMA fighter to defend you. Who are you gonna go with? Kwa sababu in my case, personally, mimi, I will choose the MMA fighter, because I believe that the MMA fighter has a set of skills that are so instrumental in an uncontrolled environment. So I don't 100% agree with Sajid. In a controlled environment, in the ring, the boxer takes the day. But in a controlled environment, let's say the octagon, the MMA fighter wins every single day, anytime. But in uncontrolled environment, the MMA fighter again has the upper hand. What do you think? Unaweza niambia kwa comment section maze.
Mike Tyson at his best was probably the best specimen of a boxer.
You were there.
Yeah.
How about it?
Have you ever been in a boxing fight?
No.
Do you want to get in a boxing fight?
No.
Let's talk about the time, because he experienced
Tyson in his peak.
the way we.
Bro, Mike Tyson maze. Mike Tyson is a beast. I don't think we will ever see another Mike Tyson. Yes, I know I haven't paid attention to many boxers, even Muhammad Ali, but Mike Tyson is just different, maze. Mike Tyson is just a different heavyweight. Mike Tyson is scary in and out of the ring. Like, Mike Tyson is crazy.
Experienced like Mayweather. How was that?
How was that?
I mean, there was just nothing like it. You know, my dad used to speak about Muhammad Ali, right? And then you see this guy, and Tyson's fights were like 2 rounds, most of them. Like,
what?
Mike Tyson, do you remember the night when Tupac got shot? Okay, it was Tupac was attending an event, and that event, it was a fight between Mike Tyson and Bruce Seldon. Do you know how the fight ended? The fight ended in round 1. In under 2 minutes, Mike Tyson had knocked out Bruce Seldon. Like, bro, the fight was over before it even started. Like, people were now taking their seats and preparing themselves to get entertained. And Mike Tyson was like, nah, man, I got something else to do at home. I got coke, I got beaches. I want to fuck someone. So I gotta get out of here. Maze, it was crazy, brother. So Mike Tyson is a different beast, Maze. He's a different beast.
Yeah. Or like 30 seconds, dude. There are fights that you would stay, and it was like HBO was the channel, and it was like, you know, you're up late waiting to watch the fight, you know, like, and you're excited, and within like 30 seconds, it's over. It's done. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because it was that uppercut, man. You know, he had low center of gravity. He wasn't a tall guy. Just come from the ground, and you just watch someone's fucking like jaw unhinge from their neck, dude.
How tall was he? How tall?
5'7", 5'9", 5'8", something like that. He's not a tall guy, but
Why did he go to prison?
rape,
Man.
Who did he rape?
That actress rather. But he said she accused him falsely.
Robin Givens.
So based on
She was hot, dude. Fuck, she was.
did he actually rape?
Our eye for hot was different, man. When you look back, it's like, yeah.
Really?
Then she was like, whoa. But now when you look at her now, like, that was not, she was not that hot.
So, really? I would say her.
You spilled quite a bit of seed to her.
Fuck it. But was this like proper accused, committed?
Yeah, actually, he went.
He admitted to doing it.
No, he didn't admit. But so she said it's the kind of spousal kind of rape, you know, where it starts with consent, then stops. And because Tyson was a raging cokehead, it was easy to imagine that he did it.
Can we put up that picture of Tyson at a party with coke, with coke in his nose? Okay, so with consent,
been there, dude.
Mike Tyson looks like a mad bull, maze. Like, hey, you're crazy. But Mike Tyson is a phenom. Mike Tyson is a 3 generations cultural icon. That guy was big in the 80s. That guy was big in the 2000s. And right now, Mike Tyson is still a phenom. Mike Tyson is still a cultural icon. This guy is, bro. People look up to this guy. He's an idol, maze. So this guy is a crazy. It was September 7th, 1996. This guy ended a fight in under 2 minutes. People were preparing to get entertained to watch the fight, and Mike was like, nah, man. I got too much work to do at home. I gotta get back. I got a bitch. I got this. I got some money. I gotta go party. Stuff like that. And I think hata hiyo siku maybe kama Mike Tyson angemaliza hiyo fight mapema hivyo. Maybe Tupac dead. I don't know, man. Coincidences. Jake Paul is a genius. Mzee mzima Andrew Tate fanboys out there, man. I know you're still watching your master. You know, if I were Andrew Tate, after I get humiliated publicly by some American, you know, reality TV personality, a fighter who was wearing pink gloves. Pink gloves. A guy who was kicking like a fucking girl. Like his uppercuts were coming from here. Like, what kind of uppercuts are these? Those are the uppercuts that blooded Andrew Tate. It was crazy. Kaingekuwa ni mimi ningeenda kwanza tu mahali China ama Indonesia, somewhere in Asia. Just cool down, maybe for a month, even 6 months, but probably a year or 2, and then come back with a different shtick. Lie to people differently, because saizi at Andrew Tate akibonga, people are mocking him. The likes of Sneeko, the guys who used to worship Andrew Tate. Oh, Andrew Tate is our master. I want to be like Andrew Tate. They started talking, moving, training, wearing glasses like Andrew Tate. Now, they're disrespecting their master. I want you to take a look at what Andrew Tate is now talking about. Because this guy, and I understand kwamba saizi, people are not buying into his message kwamba, oh, you gotta be tough, or you gotta be a machismo male, you gotta be this, you gotta be that, you gotta be a macho male and stuff, no. So now, he's talking about politics. And what he's saying is completely, bro, this is bullshit.
Bro, let's take all of it. Let's take Colombia. Let's take Mexico. Let's take all of Europe. I wish America would just invade Europe. Take Greenland. What the fuck are Denmark gonna do? What the fuck are Denmark gonna do? Nothing. Take their shit, bro. Take it. Why are we leaving South America to these fucking South Americans? These fucking Mexicans with a brain knows Mexico and below is all one big Mexico. Just a bunch of fucking Mexicans. I'm from Argentina. I'm from Colombia. I'm from Honduras. You're a bunch of Mexicans. If you saw a man from Honduras breaking into your car and you called the police, you'd be like, hey, there's a Mexican breaking into my car. They're Mexicans. Leaving it to a bunch of fucking Papacito. What are they even doing with these countries? Papacito, Shakira. They got all these countries, all this oil, and you talk to them for 5 minutes and they're just fucking dancing around. Papacito. It's fucking stupid. Take their shit, bro. Army, take their shit. Fuck these people. America should take everyone's shit while it's still capable. While there's a few white guys left, because they're the most competent. The Delta Force to take absolutely everybody's stuff. That's the way the world has always worked. There's no such thing as international law. There's just violence. And who has the most guns? That's the way everything works. Law isn't real. I've said to you guys for a very long time, law isn't real. It's an empire of lies. The idea of law and order is all made up. Who has guns? They arrested me and threw me in jail when I did nothing wrong because they had guns. That's it. America's got fucking guns. So let's take everyone's shit while we have Trump in charge. 100% for Venezuela. Let's take Colombia too. Let's take all their shit. And by the way, while I'm on this fucking subject, any man who is down there in Latin America is collateral damage. If you're some American who's down there passport broing and you get hit by a fucking Black Hawk depleted uranium round right in the fucking dome, you deserve it. Because those girls look like fucking housemaids, bruv. Anyone who says Latinos is hot is poor. If you have real money, you have a Russian or a Ukrainian. If you have real money, you're pimping in Dubai. But when you're broke on $3,000 a month, you go down to Colombia and go, the women are so feminine here. She hasn't even got a fucking pedicure. She's got flat feet, bruv. I hired 5 of those little motherfuckers to clean my penthouse in Dubai. Send the Blackhawks. Kill any man who's obsessed with Latinas. Anyone who's in the way of our bullets deserves it. Uncle Sam's bullets. Don't get in our way. Give us your fucking oil. Fuck Papacito. Fuck international law. Fuck all of it.
Now, do you hear that? Do you hear that? Do you hear what Andrew Tate is saying? Yeah? Mimi, if you're still an Andrew Tate fanboy, I pity you. I'm not saying that there is something necessarily wrong with you. I'm just saying, it gotta get to a point whereby you're like, there is no value you're going to get by listening to Andrew Tate, especially when it comes to making money. Because you look at all the ways this guy is making money is through fraudulent methodologies. It's all from fraud. Right now, we say, I may realize kwamba his ideas about masculinity, a man supposed to be this and that. People are not buying into that message anymore. Now he is pivoting his message and talking about global affairs, especially America's geopolitics. Because he knows that is where the money is. So we uko hapo, oh, Andrew Tate is always right. Andrew Tate is the bro, come on man, relax. Imagine wasekaki na Sniko. These guys used to worship Andrew Tate on their streams. Oh, Andrew Tate is being attacked by the Matrix. You gotta do this. To an extent, the likes of Tristan Tate alipigia Sniko siku moja simu akamwambia, now Sniko, if things go wrong for us and we never get to see the sun again, please pick up the mantle. You have to teach the boys and stuff, bro. Ebu sikiza kenye Sniko alisema, because this is just a sign that people are finally learning. People are finally seeing. People are finally witnessing. Andrew Tate is exposing himself. People are finally getting to see Andrew Tate for who he really is.
He's siding with war and regime change. And he's saying, fuck, I'll just play the video. I don't want to watch 4 minutes of him yell, so just
Fuck Venezuela.
That's his point of view. And I said, after October 7th, you ridiculed Ben Shapiro for encouraging war from the safe comfort of a podcast studio. And today in Romania, you do the exact same. 100 innocent lives are already lost with far more to come. Oil isn't extracted overnight. It's not too late to change your stance.
Yo, wadau, that is it. Hiyo ndio mambo inaendelea. Like, there is nothing really to learn from this episode. Maybe just don't be a moron. And if you're gonna be a moron, don't get yourself in positions whereby you might get publicly humiliated. So that is Mzee Mzima Andrew Tate. And the other conversation that we might have in the near future ni kwamba hii mambo ya Venezuela, Greenland, Donald Trump, what do you think about that? Is it right for a superpower to colonize other countries just because they have weapons of mass destruction and they have a huge economy, stuff like that? Because, you know, the US used to package this lie in a fancy rap a long time ago. Oh, we are there to establish democracy. Oh, we are there to protect the vulnerable. Oh, we are there to aid or to assist, you know, women and children and stuff like that. But now, Donald Trump doesn't even care about the vulnerable in Venezuela. Donald Trump wants their oil and their natural resources. Do you see how ridiculous that is? You know, I used to be, okay, but bro, acha nisiongee hiyo kitu. See you maze. Next time. Bye.